Hello, beautifuls. Mwah, mwah. Happy New Year. This is first self-love talks with me in 2022. And I just needed to have a bit of chilling time. So thanks for waiting and thanks for being here. And I got some really fabulous things. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. Got some really fabulous things to tell you about today. I'm super excited about this year. So I'm going to talk about the energy of 2022 and what the mission is this year. And I can talk about the energy that I'm sensing and the mission that I'm feeling for myself and what's going on the planetary basis and even beyond that, you know, just the aura of our energy of human beings and the earth and what's going on. But also, I really want to tap in and find out direct from you. So this is participation, self-love talks. Get your fingers ready and really get ready to share, because I want to hear what you're feeling from the energy so far, what you feel it's going to be all about this year, and what your personal mission is. And I feel like it's mega important that we are clear, focused, ready for action, because it's major this year. This is a massive, massive year. So before I jump into all of that, like if you want to start messaging like now, go ahead and I'll put your comments up. Hi, Joy. Thanks for being here. So, but before I do that, I've got some really wow news. 3 amazing things I want to share with you before we get going on tonight. Take a deep breath. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, number 1, tomorrow night. So today is Thursday, the 13th of January. Tomorrow, Friday, the 14th of January. It's only nighttime for me. I'm in Europe, so it's going to be 7 o'clock my time. No, 9 o'clock my time in the evening. But for you guys on the Pacific coast, it's midday. For you guys in the middle, I actually don't know what mountain and central time it is, but I know Eastern time, it's going to be 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And then UK, it's going to be 8 o'clock in the evening. And the other time zones, I don't remember offhand. And then if you're in France or Europe like me, then it's going to be 9 o'clock at night. Tomorrow night, it's really important that you get this scheduled in your diary, because I'm going to be having a one-on-one interview, self-love talks, special feature with Neale Donald Walsch. Now, I'm super excited. If you don't know who Neale Donald Walsch is, he's published 37 books. He's like, I mean, he's up there. He's kind of in the guru realms of spirituality and God. I think pretty much all of his books have been about God and spirituality and meaning of life. And he's a very, very beautiful soul, in my opinion. I feel like he's kind of, you know, up there with Wayne Dyer and Marianne Williamson in terms of those guys, in terms of his well-knownness, usually in the US, but worldwide. It is exciting, isn't it, Liz? It's really exciting. And me personally, to be having a one-to-one chat with Neale Donald Walsch is like a dream come true. I started listening to him, gosh, long time ago. He was in a movie. My dad reminded me today. My dad introduced me to this movie a long time ago called The Indigo Revolution, about indigo children. So Neale Donald Walsch was talking about that. He's a really beautiful guy. He's very loving. He's really all about love. And we're going to be talking tomorrow, or I'm going to zip it and ask him some really cool questions about God and his solution for the world that he believes in tomorrow. So please join me live. It was going to be recorded. I figure no one's going to watch. It's not the right time. And then I was like, of course, it's the right time somewhere in the world. And so after many requests, I have changed it to a live event. So please join, and you can keep me on track and help me to ask Neale some very, very cool questions. Okay, so please join for that. That's number 1 important thing. Number 2 exciting thing is the Self-Love Club. Now, guys, you probably heard me talking about this before if you follow my videos. Joy, you've read one of his books. The Conversations with God series was, for me, the best one. I loved it. But anyway, back to Self-Love Club. Self-Love Club used to be something I started charging for. I began creating it about 2 years ago. I've upgraded it a couple of times because, you know, when you create something, you just go, I've got this inside of me and I'm going to put it out and give it to people because I think this is what they need. And then over time, I kind of get the feedback from everyone and I hear what people need and how they need it and start adjusting it and changing it. And so I've done that a couple of times and now it's like, I'm so happy with it. I've put literally months and months and months of work into creating this. And it used to be, I thought, a super cheap £9.99, $12.99 a month subscription, right? At the end of last year, I just went, this is insane. I've always got people messaging me saying, I can't afford it. And I'm like, you have to be able to afford this. Like you have to be able to afford this. This is so important because the content inside Self-Love Club is months of work. It's loads of guided meditations. It's support with your self-love in all areas of your life. And it's literally a labor of love from me. So what I did is I made it free. I was just like, you know what's most important to me? Not that I get a few pounds in the bank, although that is really helpful. But what's important to me is, it's like when you got the master key that unlocks pain and transforms it into everything making sense and everything working. And it doesn't matter what you put that key into, and you use it right and you turn it and it unlocks. It's like having the keys to heaven. It really is. It's like having the master painkiller, except it's not a painkiller. It's a pain transformer. And I have these keys and I'm trying to share them with people and I'm trying to share them with people and trying to share them with people. And then it's like, and people have their reasons and why they can't do it in their yeah buts. And so I'm like, this is the year, guys. This is the year when I am pulling out every single stop. There is no more excuses. We cannot let any one thing stop us in our tracks or hold us back or make us be less than who we are or give less than our hearts really truly want to give. My heart truly wants to see as many people as possible around this world waking up and with self-love and applying this master key, applying this master tool and loving themselves and unlocking all their pain and all this stuff, all the conditioning and all the stuff that people are trapped by, unlocking themselves and liberating themselves and literally putting their wings out like this, like having your own wings. That's what I Love You Me method does. And that's what Self-Love Club is designed to give you loads of things to enable you. It's not about me as the middleman. I'm trying to just create it and then go, there you go. You have your experience within yourself. Yeah, I'm just setting the environment, if you like, so that you can have your own experience. And it's so profound and amazing. So I made it free. And what I want to do is invite every single one of you to go and join Self-Love Club. The link is just down there. And it's totally free. I made it unlimited, like the insider area where normally it's all locked up and you have to pay. It's all totally free and you've got unlimited access. I'm not going to start charging you after a month or something. So what I'm inviting you to do is not only just sign up for yourself and enjoy it and plug in and plug into the community there. I've got about 500 people have joined so far this year. So it's already building. And I see 100,000 people at least in Self-Love Club by the end of 2022. So I'm going to set this as a challenge with you guys. Will you join Self-Love Club? Just go and check it out. You may as well, nothing to lose. It's totally free. Go and meet some people like you. Go and use the tools that I've given you. And then if you, like me, are going, you know what, I'm not going to let anything stop the light and the truth and the love coming out on earth this year in 2022 and beyond, please give and share from your heart with absolute love to everybody you know. Like, how amazing would it be if you have all your friends and family joining you in self-love? And it's unconditional self-love, pure love, which means no boundaries, no conditions, no me, no you, no us, no them, no left, no right. It's all love. right? It's like anybody that says self-love is selfish just needs like to really have a look at themselves and what love is. So please go share. Please go share it. Go share it with at least 10 people. Go stick it all over your Instagram or your Facebook. And please get people in that club. And we're just going to spread love like wildfire in 2022. Are you with me? I hope you are. So exciting. I just have this vision of just like loads of people really coming into a place of peace and enlightening. That's what I want to see on this world, and that's what it's going to take. Unconditional giving, unconditional love, pull out all the stops. And having said that, the third thing that I want to share with you as well is that I'm just trying to think of the dates here. I am launching a brand new transformational self-love therapy training. Now, I've been teaching this, since 2008. And I always taught it live, and I've taught it lots of different ways, and I've taught it over time, and I've taught it intensively, and I've taught it over a year, so that there are professionals out there in the world, whether you were a professional existing therapist or a non-therapist, and you could be a car mechanic or a hairdresser, it doesn't really matter. But there's a training that is there for both people, existing therapists, life coaches, healers, and people that are just going, I don't have those qualifications, but I've got the urge, I've got the calling to go and help and to help people with this. So these two trainings exist. I've taught all kinds of people this. And what I've done is I have totally recreated this training so that it fits the online version that is needed at the moment. And you can train in 12 weeks, not 12 months that it used to take. It's just 12 weeks. And you can be a certified, professionally qualified, certified transformational self-love therapist. And this is part of the reason why I'm so excited, right? Because the way that I'm creating this new training is really amazing. It's expanding me. It's expanding. I'm getting a lot of growth out of it. And this really is a love bomb for the world, everyone. So if you're that kind of person and you want to help people, you want to see people in line or on person, you're a therapist, you're not yet a therapist, and whatever, you can go and learn. And the great thing is that I've got a live masterclass webinar happening on Monday. And so you can come and hang out with me, and we're going to do like a workshop style masterclass. It's going to be really fun and really good. So you can go and sign up. And also, until the end of January, you can get the early bird and get the discount of the training fee if you sign up between now and the 31st of January. So any of you kind of going and getting the tingles, or you're feeling that, or you're curious, or you've got a little gut instinct that's go and check that out, then again, the link is just below this video. Transformational self-love therapy training. Go check it out. Go have a look. Sign up for my masterclass, and I could be seeing you next Monday. You could be getting that amazing discount and joining me and my band of transformational self-love therapists that are helping people all around the world. Bang. So that's my news. That's my 3 things. Neil Donald Walsh, Friday, tomorrow. Self-Love Club, now free for everyone. Spread it all over the world. And Transformational Self-Love Therapy Professional Training. It starts in March, guys, March 22nd. So you got between now and then to prepare for it. And it's epic. It really is epic. So that's my news. Thanks for bearing with me. Joy, you're blocked by Amazon. I tell you what, Joy, if you've got a problem buying anything or having any issues, this goes for anybody. If you've got any issues with all the stuff that I'm giving you, because everybody's tech is different and browsers are different. Some people have issues and some don't. Just go to my support email. Yeah, just tell them, because I can't help you from here. So hey, Sarah Walsh, she's in. Sarah Walsh is already signed up for the professional training, I believe, Sarah, if I'm right. And Liz is saying I'm in. What are you in, Liz? Tell me what you're in. Can't remember. All right, guys. So let's talk about energy. No, I'm just going to take a little sip of water. What is your feeling for the energy of this year? Now, I know everybody's tingly spidey senses have been getting stronger, especially since 2020, right? When the glasses came off, when the lenses, the veils came away, and the Schumann resonance of planet Earth has gone up, and everybody's energy is heightened, and the senses are getting heightened. So tell me, what are you feeling for this year? And also, what's your own personal mission? What are you feeling? What's your calling inside of you? What's your soul telling you? So Andrew Davis, you're saying self-reflection and self-nurturing. That's a really, really good thing. And do you know what? I actually found my last year was all about self-nurturing, but self-realization as well. Sorry, Andrew, I thought you said self-reflection, self-realization. Absolutely, my friend, big time. And Liz is saying you're joining the Self-Love Club. Way, you go, Liz. Can't wait to see you there. And Andrew Davis, this is what I'm getting as well, Andrew. I wonder who else is getting this message. Step up. And not like a harsh thing, like, you know, when you kind of get your own proverbial mental whiplash and like, come on, do better, step up, be more. Nothing like that, right? So undo that. Definitely don't want to be doing that to yourself. Give your heart a little rub. What you want to be doing here is feeling into what really sets your soul on fire. What really makes you tick? Like, what is it all about for you? Your be all and end all. Your, I was born for this and I will die for this. What is that going on inside of you? It's like I said about the training earlier, the Self-Love Club. Take out all the stops. Because I sometimes, well, not now, but I used to feel myself a bit like an aeroplane. You know, I'm pointed in the right direction. I'm on the runway. My tires are on the tarmac. My engines are revving, and I'm all loaded up, ready to go. But I've got the chocks under the wheels, and I'm a bit like, yeah, I want to get going, but and I had all this other stuff happening up here, which made me have the one foot on the brake and one foot on the accelerator. And of course, if you got one foot on the brake and one foot on the accelerator, you're just going to burn out and not actually get anything really done and achieved. Yeah, who can relate to that? I'm being guided to go and live off grid. No details yet. Absolutely. I'm doing a lot of deep healing, and I feel lots of self-love will help so much, sweetheart. So much. So this is so important that you have to listen to your own mission and what your own heart and soul is calling you, because we're all part of the same team. Yeah, team humanity. And it's a bit like, oh no, the metaphor in my head right now is jigsaws. I've been doing a 3,000-piece jigsaw that I gave my partner for Christmas to help get him away from the TV screen and the computer screen. I was like, let's do jigsaws. So our entire massive dining room table is covered in a jigsaw. And I was just thinking, right, we're all part of the jigsaw. I know, sorry for the metaphor. We're all part of the same jigsaw, right? We're all a part of the same team. And we all have our little piece that is super important to the whole. You've got a bit of blue on you, and I might have a bit of green on me, and Joy might have a bit of purple on her, you know, and Sarah might have a bit of pink on her. We've all got the different energy. We've all got the different mission. We've all got the different, calling coming through. And the thing is, when we all, like Andrew was saying, step up. I love that you said that, Andrew. Thanks for saying it. Step up as in rise to what's within you, what's calling within you. And it's not a step up in your inflation of self-ego. It's not a step up in I should earn more and I should be more and I should have more status and I should have more of a profile on Facebook or whatever. It's that rising to the energy within you that is calling you and calling your heart, and calling your soul for your piece, your specific, essential, vital piece of the human puzzle, of the humanity club, to really empower. That's a good way to switch on your light, to take the chocks out from under your wheels, to take your foot off the brake pedal and just fully surrender and go with the energy that your heart and your soul is calling you to do or to be. And it could be like Andrew's, to self-nurture, like go, that's what I really, really need. And some of you, it's like me. I've self-nurtured last year. I don't need to, like, it's not like I'm going to stop self-nurturing. If anything, I can do more of that as well to support me. But it's like, this is it. And this is the energy that I'm feeling for 2022. Let's see, what else have you been feeling? Oh, Donna, you're a sweetheart. Donna, hello, darling. She's saying what a wonderful gift. Yeah, it really is a gift, honestly, from my heart to yours. The Self-Love Club, I think you're talking about, Donna, there. And Andrew's saying what we came here to do. That's exactly it. But the thing is, right, I think we came here to do lots of things. You know, I personally, I know that I came to this earth, well, one, to be a mother again, because I just love being a mother and having children. Children's so important to me. And two, as a starseed, to seed the new template, the new blueprint for the new earth, that without a shadow of a doubt. Also to kind of, you know, heal my own soul stories and my own soul, you know, soul mate relationships, and to meet my twin flame, and to really, if anything, just learn about real love, unconditional love. And that's unconditional love in all different capacities. And, you know, this week, my biggest learning about love has been in my intimate relationship with my partner. And going, what does unconditional love really look like? What does unconditional self-love really look like? And demonstration of love really look like? How do you do that? How do you, and undoing the conditions and any stories around that, and just loving. So, you know, we've all got our different what we came here to do. There can be a lot of things on that list, Andrew. And ultimately, I feel like we are all here for love. And you can look at it in lots of different ways, but that's the jigsaw that we're all a part of, is that unconditional love, the self-realization, the self-nurturing, the teaching, the inspiring, whatever it is that you've been doing. And Donna's saying you've been guided to work with children. Yay! What else? Tell me, guys, what else are you feeling? So let's talk about the energy. So that was just my personal mission that I was sharing with you, and I think it's really great. And if, you know, you're watching this even on the replay, put down your personal mission, what you're feeling, because I always go back and check the comments and read what you've said, and I really love it. It's beautiful that, you know, we're all sharing this energy. But the energy of 2022, what I'm feeling is exactly that. Whatever it is, whatever your personal mission is take out the chocks from under your wheels. There can be no more time for self-limitation, self-denial, self-doubt, self-criticism, anything that is going against you and your heart and the truth. You know, 2020 was a year, you could say we put the glasses on so that we could see with 2020 vision, or you could say you took the lenses away from your eyes, you took the filters, the censoring lenses away from the eyes, and we started to see clearly. Now, that was only for some of us, some people. I mean, we have different definitions of what we think we're seeing clearly, right? Some people would say the headlines of the Daily Mail, there's a newspaper in the UK that's not known for its quality and truth, let's say. Some people, a lot of people read the headlines of that, and whatever's written there, that's what they see, the wake up, the clarity. And it could be a fearful clarity. This is the truth. Now, for a whole bunch of other people, it was not, very much not that. It was like red pill or blue pill time. And to see clarity, through those different lenses, if you like. Now, 2021 really was, it was a year of things being dug up for us to look at, big time. Things were dug up in the media. The story was dug up left, right, and center, and lots of holes were dug, and lots of rabbit holes were looked into, and to see how far, deep, and wide the current global narrative and multiple overlapping, intersecting narratives are all orchestrated and constructed to create this degree of tension that there is in our, on Earth at the moment, in everybody's lives, and how we got here, right? I think that was the big thing. How did we get here? And people started digging. And if you're one of those people that didn't start digging, externally looking for how did we get here? How did we as a human species end up with our world in a state like this? It was the internal digging. How did my life come to this? How did my situation with my family, my job, my health, my whatever, mental health, how did you get here? So it was a big year of digging up inside to see, the deeper truth and the layers underneath that have been hidden from us, or we've hidden from ourselves, in all honesty. We're not victims, none of us. We're all compliant, either through consciousness or through ignorance, through one degree or another. Okay, so that was 2021. Now 2022, and what I love as well, who really likes here the number 22? It's one of my favorite numbers, 2. Who else likes the number 2? What's your favorite number? Put it down below. But 2, when I see a year that has 3 2s in it, 2, 2, 2, and we add that up in numerology, that's a 6 year. Now, I think it's very well promoted that the number 6 has really bad, evil, dark connotations. We see 666 and we think that's really, really bad. That denotes evil, and it can evoke fear in people. Now, if you understand a little bit about sacred geometry, or you understand about numerology and the true meanings of these things, or tarot, or anything like that, or even you look at nature, or you understand the language of numbers, because it is a language. The number 6 is actually the number, it's the frequency, like everything, like color has a frequency, numbers have a frequency, and number 6 has the frequency of the heart. It's love. It's unconditional love. It's beautiful. It's like when I say that to you, I can actually hear the frequency now in my energy and in my heart. I can feel it. Number 6 is the frequency of love. So when a group of people decide to distort something that has immense power and is immensely beautiful and has that vibration, and invert the meaning of it so that it means not the opposite, because love doesn't have an opposite, but to distort it so much so that instead of being attracted and open towards that number and that energy, that you would become closed down and fearful because the connotations that have been programmed into your head, and it's repeated everywhere. There's patterns and symbols and hand gestures and all kinds of things happening on a subliminal level to constantly program people that number 6 is this number of the devil, the evil. So it's not actually true. The origins and what it really means. Any of you numerologists out there, and Liz is saying 3 and 9 exactly. These are divine feminine numbers. and they're very powerful, and it's all about love and the heart. So what I'm trying to say is 2022 is a 6th year. And each of us have our own year. When you add up your own birthday, and you can go and look this up in numerology, when you add the day of your birthday, mine's 27th, and you can add the month of your birthday, mine is 1, so that's 28, and then you add the year 2022, and you add all those numbers up together, and you reduce it down to get the smallest number, and that's your number of the year. So you can go and look that up and numerologically and see that and check it out. But all of our number is the number 6, number 222. Now, of course, that is according to the Gregorian calendar and all that stuff, but I just thought it was really cool, because this is the energy that I'm feeling, not just because I looked at the numerology and I figured that out, but my energy, my feeling, my heart is like, it wants to manifest itself. It's like my heart doesn't almost want to stay in my body, even though it is definitely going to stay in my body. But the energy of it is just like, I am more than a physical organ. I am immortal. I am immense. I am that power that is. I am unstoppable. I am creation. I am love. I am fire. I am activation. I am truth. I am peace. My heart is just like, and nothing will get in the way from doing this. What, you know, we can have a day where you don't feel so good or feel a bit tired. Yes, self-nurture. But my feeling is, and I know that this is the truth, that this is not just the year for me where I'm going, okay, this is the energy for me personally this year. No, it's for all of us. Like I said, last year was about digging up and sifting through, and it was a bit like wading through treacle, wasn't it? And everything just seemed to take ages, and nothing really got achieved very much, and it just, you know, it kind of dragged on. Although I did have a really very beautiful year personally, but it was just like, yeah, what really happened? Just a lot of processing and a lot of realizing and a lot of digging up and coming to terms with what was coming up. Now this year is, and it's really brilliant. If any of you have done that course in miracles, it's called A Course in Miracles. And inside this beautiful book, it has a statement which I'm going to paraphrase, but it says, love will bring up everything unlike itself. So in that sense of love wants to, or this, maybe you wouldn't call it love, maybe you'd call it truth. Maybe you would call it empowerment. Maybe you would call it light. Maybe you would call it, I don't know, fill in the blank. What would you call it? It's like a purification, truth fire or something. And I don't know, tell me how you're feeling it right now as I'm talking about this. What's it inspiring and invoking inside of you? And so what happens when you switch the light on is that you can see what's been hiding in the dark. What happens when you bring love, that everything that is unlike love or hasn't opened to love or isn't done with love, has been against love, even trying to invert it, like I said, with, you know, the numbers and everything else. There's a lot of other things that have been inverted to confuse and program people. So everything that has not been in that synchronicity with love will be exposed, will be seen. It's going to be like lifting the rug and seeing, you know, I was going to say rats, but we don't really get rats under rugs, generally speaking. But that's the thing that came to mind. It's like you lift the rug and you see not just, you know, a flat surface, but had this image of like a hole where you wouldn't expect there to be a hole underneath your mat. You lift up the mat and there's an actual hole with like all the rats and the scurrying and the world that's been built down there by the rats, and it's just like, whoa. And you thought you were just lifting up a rug and seeing what you would expect to see, the floorboards or something. I have that feeling that it's gonna come tumbling down, because that's what happens. You shine light, and what's in the darkness has to dissipate. It has to disappear. It has no choice. And then what's been hiding and using that darkness to get away with whatever it was doing, avoiding the light, because ultimately anything hiding in the darkness is afraid of the light. That's why it goes into the darkness in the first place, because it doesn't understand. It's afraid of being seen. It feels so ugly, feels so unlovable, feels so disgusting and so perverted and twisted and heinous that it will go into the darkness where it feels safe and it can operate without being truly seen for what it is. Anybody that works in the darkness, anybody that works in shadow, I mean, I don't mean helping people with their shadow stuff, but I mean in manipulation, in lies, in anything like that has a dark agenda. Anybody that does that is ultimately based on total abject self-loathing, not feeling lovable, feeling worse than zero, not just worthless and zero worth, but minus that, like seriously self-disgust, self-loathing. That's the kind of person that works for the dark and in the dark. That's the kind of being, let's say. So what's going to happen, and what is happening, is that the more we, people like me and you, and our tribe, and the people that, are like us, who aren't afraid of dark, because we understand how things work, and we understand that when we shine light, the light illuminates the darkness, and the darkness dissipates. And it's not the darkness that's the problem. Darkness is beautiful. It's what's hiding in the darkness that is going to be revealed and is being revealed. And the only way that it gets revealed is obviously not by everybody running away and going, oh, I'm scared of the dark and I'm scared of what they're saying from the dark. I can't see who they are. I just hear this boomy voice. I can't see their faces. I don't meet them in real life. I just see the scary headlines and I hear the boomy voices and I, get this, authoritarian message to be scared and to run away. Guys, it has no power in the darkness. It has to stay where it is. It's not like you can't bring darkness into a room of light and then the darkness stays there. Or you can't bring a patch of darkness out into the sunlight and it'll stay dark, right? Light is more powerful. You understand that? Then the nighttime disappears when the sun rises. So you are that light, that sun. Your love, your heart, your soul inside of you that's sending you these messages, that's wanting to activate right now, really powerfully, taking away all the stops, foot off the brake, chocks from under the wheels, everything go. Whatever it is inside of you, your light, your passion, your mission is on. Because you are going to bring light. You already emit light. You probably don't even see it because you can never really see your own. You can just see other people's. But you emit light. You emit truth. Your vibration is one of love and truth. And when you say, I'm pulling out all the stops, and your energy of your love and truth goes from, let's say, being this big to this big and bigger, because it's like you're a self-sustaining magnetic vibrational vortex field that everywhere you go, everything you say, everything you think, everything you do is having a bigger and bigger and bigger impact. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Let me know if you can feel it, people. Can you feel what I'm saying? Are you feeling this? Are you feeling this? Turn up your volume, or just, it's not even turn it up. The volume is being turned up. Just let it happen. Just say, yes, okay, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it, because your light illuminates what's hiding in the darkness. And then you see what's really there, of like these golem-like creatures. And that's a reference to Lord of the Rings, for those of you that don't know what Gollum is. And actually, Gollum's really cute and adorable. So it's not even Gollum, because Gollum's nice. But I mean, like that kind of, oh, and he's, actually, I didn't mean to say Gollum, he's adorable. But you know what I mean? Like, you see a creature, a being, a human being, that is so in self-disgust that they're trying everything they can to get some sense of power, some sense of meaning in this life, by constructing their own meaning in the darkness, by constructing their own new world order that is a realm of darkness, by constructing their own artificially intelligent world, because they just can't live in the sunshine and in the light and in the truth like everyone else. You know, they have to sustain their own virtual darkness as a conducive environment for themselves to live in, because they've become so detached from nature, so detached from their original selves, so detached from the source of their joy and their innocence and their inner child and their heart, that they have to live in an unnatural reality. And then they want you to live in it too, right? And they've become extremely good at it. Why? Because people get afraid of what they don't understand, and people are afraid of the dark, and people are afraid of authoritarian voices, and because we've been trained and programmed to do as we're told since the moment we were born, or we get slapped or punished, or we have to stand at the back of the queue, or, you know, go without dinner, or whatever it is, don't get any money this week, or whatever it is, right? We've been conditioned into doing what we're told to do. And now it's just like, dump that shit. Just dump that shit completely. That's just something you were trained to do, so that you will act like a servant to a master, right? Like a little robot, like a little startled rabbit. We are not that. You are not that. You are an incredibly glorious, blazing being of absolute light and love and truth, on your own personal soul mission, with your own message, with your own purpose for being here. And don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything stop you. And what's going to happen is, my prediction for this year, it's not really a prediction, it's kind of an obvious one really, is that more and more, I've already seen it this year already, we're like 13 days into the year already, and the amount of things that have come out into mainstream media, finally, the controlled, mainstream, owned, bought, run by the same people that control the messages and that are doing the programming. But these the mainstream medias are putting out information now that it's the beginning of a tidal wave of downfall. A downfall for the people, for these little dark, hiding in the dark beings and creatures. The world that they have tried to build, or have built and included us into, is coming down this year, and it will come down next year as well, 2022, 2023. We're going to see a massive deconstruction, a demolition rather, like Jenga, you know, when you pull out the final block and then it all starts coming down. It's all coming down this year and next year, big time. 2024 will be a big year of rebuilding. And anyway, that's the future. But right now, as everything is tumbling and coming around our ears and coming down, the society, the framework, it's a bit like watching a stage, and you've watched a production and you've been so engrossed in the whole thing and you've followed the characters and you're involved and you believe the story and you're emotional and you're fully invested. And then suddenly the theatre backdrop falls down and you're watching the guys in the background moving the props around. And you go, oh, you're kind of woken up out of your stupor, out of the hypnotism of this play, this thing you've been watching. And it's like, oh, I in my mind, I thought that that was real. I've been watching it so long. I thought that that was real. And now it's not there. And now I'm seeing that actually it's a stage and there are stage hands and props and things are being moved around. Yes, because the stage of life, the stage of this world that had a play going on for a long time, and the play was deceive all of the human beings, don't let them know who they are and what it's really all about, and let's make them controlled like puppets. That play is finished. The play of illusion is finished. It is over. 2020, it ended. I remember the solstice of 2020. That for me was if I can pinpoint a time where I go, it's definitely happened. I could feel it. It was gone. Now what's happening here is the stage, all the props are being taken down, all the backdrops are being taken down. So for some of you, it'll be like, oh my God, I really thought that was real. I really believed that person. I really believed that Hollywood. I really believed that newspaper. I really believed that government. I really believed that education system. I really believed in this, belief about what Earth is and who I am as a person. Those beliefs are going to be like backdrops coming down. Now, for some of you, sorry if I'm talking really, really, really fast here. Andrew's saying Wizard of Oz. Exactly that, my friend. Exactly like the Wizard of Oz. And Sarah's saying, I can feel it. I'm really grateful to you guys for commenting. Everyone else, you can comment too. Jump in. Liz Cowley is saying yes to 22dom. Yes, yes. Amanda is saying helping animals to stop puppy mills, get care for neglected, abused animals. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes to that. Yay. What else are you saying? Love as allowing invites all. Yes, it does, Rogue McDonald. That is a beautiful thing to say. I completely agree with you. Brilliant. Keep it coming. What's your mission and what's the energy for you? So exciting. So what was I saying? The props are coming down. The backdrops are coming down. The set is changing. Now, who wants to help set the stage for a new play? Anybody out there feeling inspired to go, you know what kind of play, what kind of scene I'd like to see for the next flowering of humanity, for the next play that we're all going to engage in and play together and have a role in? Because you all have a role in that. You're alive now for that very reason, that you have a role to play in dismantling the old one and taking down the sets and moving the props around and creating a completely different environment ready for the next play. Is that ringing bells for you? Is that making sense and resonating with you? Because that's exactly how it is, my friends. That's exactly how it is. And so what play do you want to see being played out on this stage of Earth? What play do you want to be in? And what role do you want to play? And who do you want to be in this play with you? If you're the director, what do you want to see? What do you want to produce? What do you want to create? What do you want to give and share? Because whatever that is, now is the time to start getting involved and saying, you know what, me, put your hand up, be visible, be seen. You can all do it right now. Just put it up. Just put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up. Yes, be visible, be seen. And go, and then other people can go, you want to do the same thing as me? Cool, let's go do it together. So, for example, What are we saying? Where's the lady doing the puppies? There you go. Amanda, you're doing puppies, right? Who else would like to help animals and stop puppy mills and care for neglected, abused animals? Because I'm sure, Amanda, you can't do this all by yourself, right? Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be more fun if you had more people helping who had the similar vision to you and were on board and aligned with you, but they got different skills and different abilities and can do different things with those different kinds of animals? And maybe somebody's already got the land and somebody else, already has some other resources. So if you've got something and you go, I know what my mission is, and you're going, but how? All you have to do is raise your hand, be visible, put it out there, share, connect, find groups where there's people like you, start a group for people like you, start rounding up and going, this is what we're going to have on the next stage of Earth, is where animals are loved and cared for and not mistreated anymore. And nobody's allowed to do that anymore because it's just not going to happen. Right? And that's your beautiful piece in our beautiful humanity Earth jigsaw. And just one final thing. I don't have my tissue. I get really watery eyes when I've got a light on my eyes, so forgive me for wiping my eyes. But one more thing. Somebody the other day was talking about how these people who are behind all of the big corporations, all of the big pharma, all of the big petroleum, behind the big governments, all the big institutions that have manipulated and mind controlled people for a long, long time. We don't really know how long it's been going on, and we don't exactly know the full ins and outs of how either. We have ideas, and we're starting to piece it together by the information that's coming to the surface. But at this point, be prepared to realize that really you don't know anything, because so much is being revealed when these stage sets are coming down, and we're seeing things that we just are mind-blowing right now. So your entire, what do you call it? Identity, your identity of history, your identity of Earth, your identity of how you think life works here on this planet and in this universe, and your self-identity, who you thought you were as a human being, as a person. Prepare for that to all change, really, from the next 1 to 3 years, but this year big time, and will continue rippling over the next few years. The identity is like everybody having a big ego death, a big self-identity crisis. Now, it doesn't have to be a crisis, because this energy that's spurring you to go into action now and let nothing stop you is like the safety net. So instead of everything just coming crashing down and it being a total disaster and everybody being in a mess, it's like, no, you're the safety net where you go, okay, well, as this bit dismantles, don't worry, because I got it covered, and I'm actually creating this now. And so people can come be drawn to you. And, it's like we've all got these areas and sections that we're all building and creating and manifesting through our love and our purpose, so that the deconstruction isn't just a complete disaster. It's not going to be like a demolition site with, like a bomb's gone off. It's more gentle than that. Everything is very finely woven and taken care of. Now, the people that have, the ones that I've been talking about, the ones hiding in the dark, I don't want us to hate on them, okay? Hating on anybody, this is a message for across the board. Hating on anyone, whether it's your partner because they've done something you don't like, or they've been mean or been horrible and you start hating on them, whether it's your friends because they don't agree with you anymore, or they don't like you anymore, whether it's your parents because they didn't do a good enough job for you, whether it's, the government because you don't agree with them, or whether it's, the person that wronged you, or it could be the other people that we deem the evil ones in the world. the guy's name that begins with F and ends in ouchie, or the people that's name begins with G and ends in eights, and the other people in the world who there are so many, I'm not going to say all their names, don't know all their names, but those kinds of people where we go, you know what, you are seriously doing damage here, serious earth and human damage. Can we not hate on them? We only hate on others to the degree that we hate on ourselves. I'm going to say that again. We only hate on others to the degree that we hate on ourselves. And I already talked about those people that are so self-hating and so self-loathing that they hate the rest of humanity, and that's why they do not give a damn what happens to you. In fact, they like hurting you, and they like causing more and more pain and more stress and more fear and more darkness. They get off on that because it feeds their own self-hatred, right? You can feed the hatred on this earth, or you can feed the love. Now, which one do you want to feed? Because those people and beings, some of them I don't think are even actual people, so I'm going to call them beings. I think they're no longer human. Maybe they were never human. Maybe they just wear human skins. Who knows? Maybe they just got dressed up like humans. Those beings that are so self-loathing and self-hating and so self-destructive that they want to destroy and hate on everyone else. If you hate on them, you're just feeding the energy. They're just growing from your fear and your hatred. And also, they don't deserve it because they're so self-loathing. You know, what they actually need is a drop of unconditional love. And I'm not saying that you have to like them and think that what they're doing is okay and go and hang out with them. I'm not saying accept what they're doing either, because that's not unconditional love. Unconditional love, at least, you know, we all have our own feeling of this, and it's the feeling that's the truth, not the definition. Okay, so I'm not going to get caught in defining this is what unconditional love is and that's that. No, like unconditional love is a feeling, and it's a knowledge of itself. It's its own knowing, it's its own wisdom, right? So I don't need to tell you what that is because you know. It's inside of you. You know what that is. So when you unconditionally love, the more you can unconditionally love yourself, then you can unconditionally love anything. Hate begets hate, love begets love. And when you unconditionally love others, especially that which appears opposite to you or against your values or your morals or your judgments, that's called unconditional, right? Because otherwise, conditional love means I'm only going to love that which I agree with, and I'm not going to love that which I don't agree with. And if love is conditional and based on I like it, I don't like it, based on judgment, right? Get this. If love is based on judgment, I like it or I don't like it, is it love? I'll leave you with that question. If you are putting conditions of what deserves your love and what doesn't deserve your love and who deserves to be loved, is that love? And what happens when you put something that has been hidden in the darkness into the light? Sure, that light needs to be introduced gradually, and that thing that's been in the darkness would need time, a lot of time, to adjust to the new conditions. But what would happen, imagine taking like a plant that's been hidden, you know, somewhere in your garden behind the shed or something, and it hasn't had any light, and it's you can look at the pot and think it's dead. But you put it out into the sunlight Give it some water, talk to it every day, give it some love and encouragement and see what happens. It's highly likely, if it's the right kind of plant, that plant is going to come back to life. That whatever was in there buried is going to start to grow. Some life will happen in your plant pot there. So where there has been an absence of love, where there's been a lack of love, where there's been darkness, evil, heinous, not like despicable things that are happening now and have been for a long time, and that you are highly likely, my friends, highly likely, I would put money on it, that you are going to discover things this year as those sets come down, as the whole scenery starts to change. You are going to see things that you probably didn't believe was possible. And it's coming out in mainstream, and it's going to, there's only so much of it, the topsoil that really comes out on mainstream. The rest you've got to go and look on other channels. TikTok's doing brilliantly right now at sharing this kind of stuff. So is BitChute, so is, brand new Tube, all these other places where you can find this information of what else is really going on. So I encourage you to go and take off your blinkers and be prepared to really see. And when you see these things, these despicable things, or these things that you just go, I can't believe that's been going on. What's been going on in the background? These beings hiding in the darkness and what they've really been doing. Please don't hate on them. You're going to have your emotional reaction. You're going to freak out probably. You might feel sad or afraid or angry. And then kind of breathe through that and go to the Self-Love Club for free. Do some self-love healing meditations. Do your healing. Be with people like you. Don't try and do it alone. Like, we're all in this together. Find your community. Support one another. Help each other heal. Help yourself heal. And then you can go out and go, actually, any bad energy that you project or we project onto anybody right now is only going to come back at us 10 times, 100 times harder, right? Whatever you put out, you're going to get back. And ultimately, I'm inviting you, I'm requesting from my heart that you make a decision. You're going to either hate on these people and these situations and what you're seeing and add to the hate and feed the hate, or you're going to love these people. And you're going to learn to do that by first unconditionally loving yourself and using Self-Love Club, so that you can also then start unconditionally loving others. And love will create more love. And which one do you think is more powerful? Which one do you think has the most power to impact the world in the quickest way? The energy of hate or the energy of love? Which one do you think is more creative? Which one do you think is more powerful? Hate or love? Hate or love? Which one? What do you think, guys? Michelle Cunningham. Love you, Tara. Perfect timing. I love you too. You're my family, right? We're all part of the same jigsaw. We love each other, right? We can practice here. Liz is saying, come on, put down. I want you to put down in the comments. Fear or love? Sorry, hate or love? Which one do you think is more powerful? And think about it. When you are sending out bad energy to someone, you're hating on them and you're angry, what happens to you? What happens to everything in your life? Do you start feeling good? Does everything start working out? Or do you start feeling really bad and everything starts going shit? Which one? Love is our superpower. Is hate a superpower? Is hate more powerful? Amanda's saying love. Just want your opinion, guys. Which one's more powerful? It goes to shit. Andrew, it goes to shit, doesn't it? When you're angry and frustrated and hating and judging and you're just putting out the bad energy, it's like everything just starts falling apart. Nothing works. It makes you more angry and everything falls apart even more. And then no one likes you and you feel ill and you get a bad stomach and a migraine and then a bad back and then you get fired and then, your girlfriend leaves you. It's like everything just starts falling to shit, right? Which one? Love, love, love. Anastasia. Hello, darling. Love, love, love. Okay, you guys, I agree with you. I agree with you. I know that love is the most powerful thing. So don't we want to go with the thing that's more powerful? Because what happens when we put love out? What happens when we love people? Doesn't matter what they've done, because love isn't judgy. Love doesn't judge. What happens when we love people? How do we feel? What does it make us feel like? What starts happening in our world? Right? The rainbows come out, don't they, Anastasia? The rainbows come out. Everything starts being magical. And you go, oh my goodness, out of the blue, this thing happened. And you know who showed up. And then do you know what happened? And I found this amazing thing. And then, and all the dots start connecting. Yeah. And Andrew Davis, it's like, you're getting the stars, the gold stars in class today for your answers. Absolutely good things. Only good things come from love. Only good things. Only good things come from love. So which one, right? I want us all to make a decision right now. Get it really clear in our heads. What energy are we going to be embracing this next phase of our lives together with? When you got stuff coming up in your face and the stuff is falling apart and everything's being dismantled and you're seeing stuff, take a deep breath. Just do this. Everybody put your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath in through the mouth. You want to oxygenate yourself quickly. Stay in flow with your source and your universe. Stay open to life. And take deep breaths. And you're just going to feel. You make a decision. What am I going to choose? Because you always have a choice. Am I going to choose to start being angry and hating? Or am I going to choose to start loving? Which one? Hating or loving? Which world am I going to create? Which power am I going to manifest myself in? Which power am I going to embody? The hate power or the love power? And that really is it, guys. It really is it. You want to run on hate power or you want to run on love power? And which one is going to be more powerful for you? Which one's going to work for you? Excuse me. So there's my message today. I wasn't planning all of that, but that's how it's come out. And you know what's fun? Now, I know that, we all have our different perspectives and you may or may not agree with mine here. But from my perspective, and this is my perspective from doing many years of soul readings and talking to all the different energies and entities and layers in a person's soul energy and all the soul contracts and the Akashic records and all that kinds of stuff. And the amount of people I've read that I've ended up connecting in to some occulty, dark energy, the devil, the Illuminati, call it whatever you want, right? All the different they are different, but I'll put them under the same umbrella, is that, it's not for love. Let's put it that way. It looks dark. It looks insidious. It looks hateful. Now, whenever I communicate and talk to these entities, these energies, these devils, these Illuminati energies, you know what they tell me? Because I command everything to reveal to me its truth in a certain way. And by the laws of the universe, it must, right? It absolutely must do that. So when I ask it, who are you really and what's the real truth? The answer that I have had back without deviation, without, absolutely across the board, is that any energy that seems to be working for the dark is actually a very kind of brave and powerful soul, an angel in a sense, that has morphed itself, inverted itself, and I would say by choice, to act as darkness, to catalyze a shift into the light. Now, I don't know if that makes sense to you. I'll put it simply. Everything that seems to be working for the darkness is actually light in disguise, pretending to be dark, so that we have an understanding, we, me and you, human beings, because we are on the heart school, the earth school, earth, heart, it's the same letters. We're in the heart school. We are here to embody the source energy of unconditional love that we are. We're an embodiment of that already, and we're just awakening and realizing it and consciously doing it. It's the heart school. It's where we learn about love. And so what better way to learn than by something that seems opposite to what you are? This is why those twin flame relationships are our biggest teachers. I'm in a twin flame relationship, and my partner is so opposite to me, and he says things to me sometimes which I cannot for the life of me fathom that he believes such a thing. And yet I unconditionally love him. He's me. He's another version of me. And it's like I can't not love him. Doesn't matter what he believes. And it's the same for him with me. I mean, you know, it's like that is the strongest teacher. That which seems the most opposed to you, the most against you, your enemy, is your greatest catalyst for awakening and enlightenment. Your enemy is your greatest angel friend, because you will learn the most from them. We learn in duality, we learn in opposites on this world, right? So your enemy is really your angel in disguise, love in disguise, God in disguise, just so that you can learn. It's done in service so that you can learn who you are and what you're really all about. It's your greatest teacher. So that which you most want to hate is, in fact, when you change your eyes, when you see through a different eyes, a different lens. And if you were to look under the covers, peel back the layers, you wouldn't see an evil being. It looks like that, acts like that, walks like that, talks like that. Well, as you start peeling back the layers, just like in The Wizard of Oz, like Andrew Davis says, and you pull back the curtain, there's not a big, powerful being, a dark, scary being that you should do as you're told because they're going to hurt you. What you'll see is some little person, like in The Wizard of Oz. It's not a great, big, powerful wizard. It's a little old man behind a curtain, turning a handle, projecting the image of power. It's the same with the bad guys. It's the same with the movie that we're watching or have been watching. The people that look dark, evil, scary, heinous, it's a projection. Underneath, if you pull back the curtain, you will see a little person, usually a little child, a little inner child that has been utterly abused. Utterly, I mean, the worst. Stripped of their, innocence. So unloved that they grew up to be the human being that they're being now. They didn't come from good homes where they were loved and taken care of. They were utterly annihilated as children, gone through incredible torture and pain and horrible things, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, to be the person that they have become. And what you will see inside is an unloved child that really just wants to come home to be loved, is desperate, will do everything it takes. And the only thing that that little creature in the darkness can do is make its badness so bad that it can no longer be ignored. That everybody has to suddenly stop running away from it and take notice and say, hold on a minute, this is not right. We're not going to allow this to happen anymore. Because inside that dark, evil person is a little inner child crying out for help. Please help me from myself. Please rescue me from my own hell that I have created and I've agreed to, and I'm trying to put you guys through. Please rescue me from my own creation. That is what their inner child is screaming out. Just like, you know, a serial killer that leaves clues because he really wants to, or she really wants to be found and stopped because they can't stop themselves. They're too deep in it. They're stuck. They're trapped. They're really, really fucked. They're messed up and they need help and they need rescuing and they need our love. Not just, it's like the love of a parent to a child to say, this person really is in a mess. They've done some terrible things. But if we punish them and we hate them, we're just going to feed the very evil that is happening already. Your parental like love will break the evil spell of that darkness and will help retrieve these beings, these souls, slowly but surely and eventually back into their original vibration of unconditional love. Now, they may have to go through lifetimes of that. I'm not saying it's all going to happen in their lifetime or we can heal them all this lifetime. I'm not saying that at all. I have no idea. Do I believe it's possible, though? I do indeed. I do indeed. Imagine how you'd feel if everyone in the world turned towards you and loved you unconditionally. I mean, just feel that right now. Just imagine it. How would you feel? All your pain would disappear. So it would take a lot of love for those kinds of people. Now, you guys are masters of love. You are the pure, divine, innocent child. You are the angelic being manifest into a body. You know that you're love. You know that you're light. You know that you're worthy and beautiful. Even if you've got a few, you know, bugs in the program that you can clean out when you do Self-Love Club, you know that you're the light. So it's a no-brainer for you, isn't it? It's a no-brainer. Just get on with loving. Get on with going out there and doing the business. And Rob McDowell, very, very true. We are here to find our way back to love. That's it. So love everything, my friends. Love everything. And so if you could agree, same with my husband and I, it's the way it is. It's masculine and feminine. It's duality. And it's there as our greatest teacher. And you're so welcome. Beautiful, Michelle, as well. So that was a lot of talking. Yeah, I really didn't mean to go on that long, but thanks for staying with me, everyone. Yeah, I guess this makes up for the couple of weeks that I missed this year so far. So do you think that what I've said today is helpful? Was it a good message? Because if so, please type a comment below. And you know why as well? Partly because we're a community and we want to share and we want to get a feel for each other. And it's so nice when we do things together. It's just way more fun than me sitting here by myself, just talking to my computer, having all you guys here. It's really brilliant. And also, when we put energy into something, it grows. So your love going into this moment right now and into this transmission right now helps the transmission energy grow and reach more people. And then they can put their love in. So everybody watching, put your love in, help it grow. Because I feel that the more this message goes out of like, stop hating on everything, start loving on everything, be that transformation, be the love that you came here to be, get on with your own personal, beautiful mission, love yourself and then love everybody. What kind of world we're going to create? What can we achieve in this, you know, Gregorian calendar Earth year 2022? What can we achieve together? And when I start trying to imagine that, it's like, wow, it's off the scale what we can achieve together. And we just got to do it together. So let's all give ourselves a big hug and we can all, you know, metaphorically imagine hugging each other like, yay, family, soul family, brothers and sisters. Now go out there, take the chocks out from under your wheels, take your foot off the accelerator and in your own pace. It doesn't mean go at 1,000 miles an hour and burn out. But at your own beautiful pace, let your love be your guide. Let your heart dictate your rhythm and your nervous system is taken care of. And just put it out there. Put it out there. Don't forget, join me for Neil Donna Walsh tomorrow live at 9 o'clock European time, 8 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock Eastern time, noon Pacific time tomorrow. So excited about that. Love Neil Donna Walsh. And then click the links below. Go and join Self-Love Club for free and share it like crazy. Let's create the love that we want to see on this world and be it. And then all of you that want to do a professional accredited training where you get a beautiful certificate with wings on like this from me and do a 12-week professional training and become a transformational self-love therapist. Please also go check out the link below, and I'll see you guys that click that link and sign up for my masterclass live on Monday. It's going to be real fun. It's going to be like a live workshop, as if I was there in person and we were all together. It's going to be really fun. All right, darlings, over and out. Dismantle with love. I'm going to leave us with Donna's comment. All we need is love. Thanks for your comments, everyone. Mwah, 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 mwah. See you tomorrow.